Okay, so we've heard of teenage superheroes that have to juggle high school and saving the world, like Kim Possible, Danny Phantom, and my previous episode, Static Shock. But how about a teenage robot superhero who has to attend high school? Yep. My Life as a Teenage Robot is about a robot named XJ9, aka Jenny Wakeman, who wants to fit in and go to high school like a regular teen. So, she has to juggle saving the world from space aliens, evil robots, and some other third thing with trying to make friends at her high school, Tremerton High. My Life as a Teenage Robot first aired August 1st, 2003, and ran for 3 seasons until May 2nd, 2009. It's funny because I only remember Nicktoons airing reruns of Season 1 and a few episodes of Season 2. After rewatching the series for this video, yeah, I don't remember Season 3. Maybe 1 or 2 episodes, but Season 3 went over my head. Anyway, Jenny has 2 best friends, brothers Brad and Tuck Carbuncle. Is it Carbuncle or Carbuckle? Anyway, Brad is the older brother and closer to Jenny because he goes to school with him while Tuck is in the 2nd grade and can only hang out with them out of school. Brad has a pretty big ego and he thinks he's the ladies' man when in reality he's never went on a date. He's also Jenny's guide through life in high school, like giving his input if Jenny's going over the top with one of her schemes or just giving her advice on how to deal with high school drama. Tuck, on the other hand, just likes to show off and makes fun of his brother on a regular basis. When around his classmates, he likes to brag that he's best friends with a robot superhero, because it makes him look cool. Sheldon Lee is Jenny's other friend, the nerd/geek one that has a crush on her. More like the ultimate fanboy of a robot. The Crust cousins were like the best teenage side antagonists. Like, I normally hate the teenage bully that picks on the main character for no reason, but these girls are pretty interesting. The Crust cousins, Britt and Tiff, with Britt being played by Moira Quirk and Tiff being played by Cree Summer, are the popular, fashionable girls at Tremerton High until Jenny comes along with her superpowers. They continuously fight with Jenny to be the more popular girls and the more stylish, which they have down packed, actually. They're the type of girls that change their outfits on a regular basis, and, not gonna lie, it's pretty stylish. Although Britt's outfits are way cuter than Tiff's. Speaking of stylish, Queen Vexus of Cluster Prime. Vexus wore the same thing, but her personality was stylish. The way she kept persuading Jenny to join her in Cluster Prime. I probably would have done it and let her take over the human race. Queen Vexus was voiced by the late Eartha Kitt, and if you didn't know, she's also the voice of Yzma from the Cusco franchise. Not gonna lie, Vexus was one of those villains I wanted to win. I mean, we did see her briefly win when Jenny ends up at Cluster Prime and finds out that it's literally a robot counterpart to Earth. It was actually pretty cool to see Jenny fit in with other robots. She even befriends Vexus' daughter, Vega. But Vexus was just a fun villain, and her personality was so spunky. Oh, and did I tell you that Jenny has sisters? Very, very underrated sisters. That just needed a little tune-up and they would have been good. So we have XJ1, who is an egg that vomits oil. The oldest, but has the personification of a baby. XJ2, who's a laser gun. She has a hiccup problem and shoots out lasers when she hiccups. Nora could have simply fixed that any of the times we ran into the sisters, but no. She leaves her to have eternal laser hiccups. XJ3 is a one-eyed tiny robot that literally just falls apart. Y'all could have screwed my girl on properly or even crazy glued her and she could have actually been useful. Then there's XJ4. She's way more advanced than her previous sisters. She can talk, she doesn't fall apart, and she's a neat freak. If I wasn't worried about the robot apocalypse, I'd probably use her as a maid. XJ5 was just talkative. No arms, no legs. She was just a floating monitor that just talks. I thought I talked a lot. I thought my 15-year-old cousin talked a lot. We see XJ5 for 12 seconds and so many questions and stories, and I would have shut her down too. XJ6 was my favorite. She had a monitor with 1 eye, 1 arm, and 4 legs. She had this jealousy trait that made her funny. She was jealous of Jenny because she was the only one that wasn't shut down and put away. She got to live a normal life. XJ7. The Eeyore sister. XJ7 is pretty much the depressed one. Honestly, that's it. There wasn't much to her. I bet when Nora realized how depressing she is, she shut her down. Actually, no, that sounds depressing. Last but not least, we have XJ8. The biggest, strongest, and least of a personality. Nora took a step back when it came to making her voice. She speaks more robotic than the others and seems to care most about the mission on hand. Either way, these sisters were all underrated, and I wanted to see them fixed and see them on the show a bit more. This show also had some creepy episodes. Does anyone remember when she wanted to be human and her mom made her the human suit and that shit actually talked to her? Controlled her, like, what? I mean, she looked good, but when the neck talked to her? Ugh. Then there was this weird episode where Nora goes on a date with this weird owl-looking guy who keeps hinting at mind control. The camera angles they were using just made the episode super creepy. And that episode toying with Jenny. Ugh. I honestly quiet screamed because I was watching the episode at 3 a.m. I don't know why, but I'm not afraid of large dolls like Annabelle or the Really You doll in R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour. But the tiny little dolls? Ooh, that's the ones you gotta look out for. Y'all remember La La Loopsies? The button eyes? Jenny's dolls remind me of a cuter version of them. A cute, tiny doll that will kill you in your sleep. Okay, so y'all know I'm gonna talk about the song. Theme songs gotta be poppin' in order for you to grab my attention. Shows like Regular Show, Amazing World of Gumball, and some other third thing don't really reel me in as much. Don't get me wrong, Ed and Eddie's Whistle theme song is great. It's still a tune I can get behind, but doing a simple intro isn't as appealing to me. Teenage Robot has that great theme that has you bouncing to the beat. It has me interested on this robot trying to lead a normal life. What I love about this show is how it relates to us. The new girl who is insecure because she's different and won't fit in. The reason why she even made a human suit was because she couldn't go to Mesmer's because there was no robots or space bikers allowed. Jenny couldn't even try out for the school play of Romeo and Juliet because there were no robots in the play. Jenny, Tuck, and Brad went to the Wizzly World, a parody of Disney World, and Jenny felt bad that all the robots were being enslaved to sing such terrible songs and say the same thing all day, every day. So she ends up freeing her brethren and sister in robots so they can be free. Yeah, free the robots. Okay, well, that ended oddly because they're literally programmed to sing the same thing all day, every day, while Jenny isn't designed to fight villains all day, every day. But what I love about Jenny is that she always stands up for herself at the end. She's preparing us for the future when Amazon Echoes become Android. So with that being said, My Life as a Teenage Robot was a pretty cool show, different than the others. Nickelodeon was making good shows at the time, next to Danny Phantom, Jimmy Neutron, and the almighty Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think with everyone being obsessed with technology nowadays, a modern reboot of My Life as a Teenage Robot wouldn't be so bad. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. If you don't know, this white background is our nostalgia wall where we add a character from the show I'm talking about. Last week was Static Shock, and this week we're adding Jenny. Don't forget to subscribe and add me on Instagram. Thanks, and see you guys next time.